Hey guys, it's Tartan coming at you with another episode of Hardcore Minecraft. The splash text on the screen advised us to plant a tree. Good advice. Good advice. And we come to looking out of the window, all of our great accomplishments right in front of us. And time to go commit some more accomplishments upon the landscape. To do that, we're going to want some dirt. Everything else will derive from there. I've got an iron shovel, not much of one left. Be probably enough for what we need. We'll have another little bit of one here. That should definitely be enough for what we need. It occurs to me, not instantly now, but before I did the video, that I was throwing all my fencing in here, but I actually would rather like some, so we've rescued some of the rest of it there. We're just going to make a couple of sticks here. A little more of that fencing. One gate simply will not do. We will need at least twice as many gates as that. And now, armed with all of the gates that we will probably need, we'll just strike out to try to build this thing. So, conceptually, there are many different kinds of chicken coop, right? There are high automation and low automation ones. There are essentially zero automation ones. And that's what we're going to be building today, is a zero automation one. But the interesting thing about them, and what I'll talk about as we're building it, interesting. It's interesting to me. There are definitely better ways to do this. This is all what I've figured out as far as the chickens go. They were perhaps like my first rigorous study as far as redstone and stuff like that went. I never like made it perfect. People have talked to me and let me know that I still had quite far to go. But so the first thing that you have to do is set up an area for your chicken farm. We're gonna do it right here, because this is a good spot. And I know you think the first step to doing a thing can't be just do the thing. It can, though. So, we're going to want some verticality to the farm, so we're going to try to, build here where the hill starts. That way we won't have to I remember whenever I was at this point in the playlist, a long time ago, but I love this song, so. I, however, will not muse about all of the other stuff that I did the last time putting on the Ritz came around, but I will say that I bet the audio balance is slightly better this time. So, you don't want it to get too crowded. But right now, like, we basically can do any old thing here. The only thing we need to make sure of is that these gentle souls, the villagers, don't do anything and get themselves hurt or stuck down here. Because to start a chicken farm, all you have to do is throw eggs and have an enclosed area that chickens can't get out of. I've chosen to build down a little bit just because we'll want that space for the chickens to roam around in. And then also, if we want to make the farm more complex, this way we're not starting from like the base level here and going further down. We're sort of like, we can build a side access point just directly to the edge. And anyway, this is how I sort of prefer to do it. What we're going to do now is build out so that we can get a nice little entrance built. The most important part of any farm is making sure that things can't get out, and you know, and that other things can't get in. You want both of those things to be true. So because this is like a phase 0 no automation farm, all we have to do is put a gate on it. And in my survival world, I actually made this farm much more elegantly than I'm doing right here. But we're just gonna lay down here for the night. Reasonably confident that we won't have too much to worry about. And just grab the bed and jump right back to it. Alright, so all we have to do is make an entrance. But we have to do it without breaking both of our shovels. Is that even possible, you might ask? It depends on how much extra blocks I knock out of the way. How much? How many? And I think here we'll just, yeah, just one single block to get in. Not a fence, we'll want a gate here. This way we won't have to build any extra stuff. And then we will, no, we'll want a bigger area than that here. Yeah, certainly. Certainly you want more space. Whoops. And this will be nicer. So this way, if they get out, you know, you won't like be crowded by the amount of them. You'll still have like 4 blocks there. And I might actually expand it a little bit more. That'll remain to be seen. And I don't think they can walk out of the top there, but now they certainly shouldn't be able. And so, like, from here, all we have to do the chicken farm is realize that there's a hole in the wall, and that simply won't do. You have it at 2 levels so that if you want to automate it eventually, so you would go like so. And then all of the items that you drop, I will demonstrate, will go to one spot there in the corner. And if you put just one more like right here, but actually you might have to do one in the middle also. But anyway, if you put one here and there, then you'll often find that they'll meet in an area in the middle. And what I did in the past is that's where I put a couple of hoppers to collect everything, because they'll be constantly laying eggs in here. But dealing with the eggs, that's like a level 2 chicken farm. A level 0 chicken farm is literally throwing eggs at the ground until chickens grow. And then after you do that for a while, you have chickens. See, right now we threw, that was what, a couple of stacks of them? And I feel like maybe they'll try to crawl out of the top. That seems like the sort of thing a chicken might do. But if they do, then they'll be right out here, and I don't think they can fly up that way. We'll find out if they get out. And I don't think that too many of the villagers will fall in, but they might. And if they do, then we'll have to build a more elaborate entrance. It's the problem with building a farm close. So after like 15 or 20 minutes, the chickens will grow up. They also might have more eggs, just like in random chests. If I do, I'll throw them there. But then it's just a matter of cramming seeds at them for a while. And then before long, and really before you know it, you've got just the most chickens in the whole world. And you'll be saying to yourself, how did I get here? What have I done? Has anyone ever even conceived of this many chickens, let alone seen this many? But the answer will be yes. That you're not special, and that it's not actually that many chickens in the grand scheme of things. And that's the sort of humility that you have to get accustomed to if you want to play Minecraft, you know? Like, you'll think you have, like, a cool idea, and then someone will, they'll tell you it's not that cool of an idea. They'll say, oh yeah, you could just do this and this and this, and then you would have infinite of whatever. I'm just saying that as a general idea. No one's done that to me. I'm sure they could, but people are pretty nice about not telling me that my ideas are stupid, even if they suggest improvements. No one's just been like, wow, you really don't know what you're doing, besides the really early days of me playing, which does amuse me, because it's pretty funny to tell a person who's obviously incredibly new that they're new. I think it was in my second video. Just imagine for a moment, if you want to relive the agony. I was trying to go down like the side of a mountain, and I was going like this, just very, very gingerly. Anyway, thanks for reliving that with me. I'm sure you had a great time. So the chicken coop, it's in a good spot. Or rather, I hope it's in a good spot. I feel good about where it is. So the next level of chicken coop is feeding them a bunch of seeds, and then bam. Then you can either collect eggs or get an egg distribution system and just pick up the eggs yourself every now and then. So like all I'd have to do is run in here for a bit, and if I feel like I need more space for the chickens or whatever, if they get crammed in too much, they might try to fly out of the top, which can theoretically happen, I think, but I'll deal with it when it becomes a problem. They don't do it under normal conditions, but if you get like 1,000, they can get sort of wonky, and you can take flame damage, or I call it flame damage. It does hurt you. They die in little puffs of smoke, so I associate it with being a flame, but I don't know if it is actually. So right now, yeah, getting the tools to the higher level is the most important thing, so we're just going to buy more of this trash. And we're halfway there. We've bought half of the trash. We have now bought half of the trash that we needed to do to level them up. We're gonna chill on this weaponsmith. Because obviously it's gonna take a little longer to take care of him. So you may ask, how is getting 3 chickens in a pit supposed to be the beginnings of an experience farm? But you would only ask that if you're not familiar with how many chickens you can get in a short amount of time. It's not going to be immediate, though. I never thought it was going to be immediate. Oh no, there's a small cow in there, which we do not wish to strike. It's always best to do this from the inside so you can get the experience orbs whenever the new babies are born. It's not like a ton of experience, but it's not totally negligible either. I would classify it as vaguely important. If you didn't get it, you may not notice you weren't getting it, but then again, you might. I need to figure out if villagers eat apples. Hello, fellows. It does not appear that they are interested in apples. You know, they are having a great time, but not because of the apples. That's alright then. Wolf farming is so casually quick when you have just a few cow or sheep, but I already have like more wool than I know what to do with, really. But all I want to do now is, what do I want to do now? Good question. Thanks, me. Well, until I get to level 30, no more enchanting is practical. I could see if he's got trades done. No, this is the weaponsmith, and I don't want to burn emeralds there. Just gonna lay down here in the melon field. So I'm not done farming yet. That's a dedicated man, you know. Or lady. I'm pretty sure this character, Alex, is a lady. But anybody that lays down in the fields and gets back up immediately is a dedicated person and farmer. It's interesting that we got just a little bit of variance now. We've got like what I considered the standard villager with the sort of like straight brown robes, and it's like he doesn't quite fit in with all the other villagers, even though, I mean, he's obviously like a member of the community, but just like in slightly different clothes. He must have just like been born like over here or something. But, you know, he doesn't seem any sadder for it or anything like that. Yeah, I think we'll just sell the emeralds. We'll trade some emeralds and just keep on doing it. Is the farmer at work? No, the farmer is chatting out in the field to the butcher, who has never made a single butcher related sale in his whole life. But that's really my fault. You know, he's ready. He's got all of his semi-precious and precious stones at just like clenched in his fist, and I never show up to engage him in commerce. But that's going to change soon enough. Because, of course, one other great thing about the chicken farm, once it kicks off, is that it's not just chickens. You get feathers, you get chicken meat, and the experience. And then also eggs, which you can use for various baking things, but I really think are mainly just used for the making of more chickens. There might be like an omelet or something, but I have never baked one in the game. I have made many omelets in the real world, but none in Minecraft. And, you know, it's pretty tragic that that axe broke. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. Now I only have like 60 more axes, so just sort of at a loss. But I think, you know, if I just keep my head up, I should be able to rise above it all the same. Just gotta remind myself that eventually I'll get over the memory of losing that axe. I think you have to plant the cacti in sand. Sand surrounded on all sides by other sand. Maybe not all sides. Anyway, it didn't like... Maybe it had to be sand without a vertical area right next to it. But we're just going to plant those there. I thought I should have gotten one more, but that doesn't mean it was true. So we're not going to worry about it too much. You can get hurt whenever you worry about it too much. I think we're gonna end this before too long, but I'm gonna do what I've been threatening to do for a long time. Alright, I am taking off the shield. It is not in my hand. If I see an Enderman, we have to brawl with the shield on. Alright, I'm all good. You don't know what it's like. But after just a bit of time, the field was getting a little patchy. There wasn't a problem, but it was, you know, offensive to my sense of wanting a row. I won't say my desire for order. That's what I would say if y'all couldn't, like, watch me and see the absolute mayhem that I wreak on every chest that I've ever seen, on, like, every room that I permit myself to go into. Like, I wish I could sit here and call myself an orderly person. That's who I want to be. But not bad enough to do it. Let me be very clear. Not remotely bad enough to actually do it. Not like I needed to emphasize that part. If you're here at this point, you have already accepted my flaws. And thank you. Thank you for that, you know. Not everybody will. That's alright. I'm not asking everybody to. But I am glad you're here. I get a great amount of enjoyment out of these. Sure hope you get some. I don't want this to be entirely one-sided, but, you know, I also don't want to share. So... you can't have any of my enjoyment. You'll have to produce your own. And I would like to say that I'll help you. But really, if it's not working for you yet, I wouldn't hold out for hope. All that is to say that I am very grateful for y'all watching. Makes me feel so good. I have a really good time making these. I hope that comes across. But that's going to do it for this video, I think. You know, we didn't accomplish every goal that we had, but we did a couple of them. We accomplished a continuation of the relentless search for emeralds, the motivating factor in our lives entirely. We accomplished giving salmon to Belladonna and some seeds to Garuda, very important. So, I mean, all of these are big accomplishments. We got more eggs. Garuda contributing to the egg effort. And when we go down there in the morning, you know, there might be some eggs to pick up. There might be some adult ones to breed. And after just a little bit of time, we will have considerably more chicken-related material than we ever thought possible. Someone left me quite an interesting comment about a sniffer egg, so thank you for that. I'm definitely going to be addressing that in an upcoming video. Going to be checking that out, and it sounds very interesting, so looking forward to checking that out. But it's interesting how much my day-to-day life has changed since I picked up Minecraft and started making videos again. Now, I spend a lot of time thinking about Minecraft, playing Minecraft. Not a whole lot of time, like, making the videos. Obviously, the the production value is low, and the production time is a mere set of small minutes beyond what you see physically in front of you whenever you're watching the video as I'm making it. That's the effort that's going in. But I I do still spend a lot of time thinking about what I'm gonna do, and which is pretty damning. Like when you when you look at the choices I make in Minecraft, you might be inclined to be charitable and think, he's not really thinking very hard about it. And I'm like, no, actually, that was me doing my very best. And then, well, I feel like pity might be the only appropriate emotion. But I'm only joking a little bit. What we are going to do is take basically all these seeds down. And we're taking them all down to the chicken coop because that's where we're going to want them at. I should just go ahead and put the shield into the offhand. But that's going to do it for this video, and when we return, we'll run down into the village and do some more of the junk that we needed to do. Should have a ton of charcoal over in the auto smelter now, so that is at least something. Indeed, good amounts. So rather than burn up any more of our ersatz wood, we're finally going to move back to charcoal production, and we're going to just make all of these into charcoal as well. Might as well. And then throw the cobble up there for proper stone. This is going to be, I mean, basically enough for everything that we need. We'll leave the sticks of the charcoal in there. We'll just make torches whenever we come back. But when we return, just a little bit more of the same. Obviously, we're going to need more emeralds. Probably do some boring lectern swaps trying to fish for a mending librarian. But night falls, and it's time to give everybody their treats for the day and lay down. So that'll do it for this one. I think I've already done all of the signing off like 4 times, so I'm just going to, clasp my hands or something in front of me and then pretend that I'm not in total control of how this ends.